whether you're on the East Coast, West Coast, or around the world. This is Coast to Coast. How's it going, guys?
Cold.
Let's see here.
You know, there's this funny thing called moving.
You know, there's this thing called you need money to move. Don't have that right now.
Oh, no. We got that covered. You can do one or two options. A, you can get a credit card with a nice limit on it. Or B, you can take out a personal loan. Don't tell me you can't be done. It can be done, Dustin. You just got to spend a little bit of that money.
I actually cannot take out a personal loan. I have too much debt to income ratio right now to get a loan.
Well, hell, that's most of America, Dustin. What the hell are you talking about?
Banks aren't giving me a loan right now.
Nah, I know. And I don't even know if you'd want it anyway. I bet that APR right now is super high. God knows that the house APR is high.
It is dumb across the board, whether it's housing, business loans, all that. Like that, yeah. Interest rates right now are awesome.
Yeah. See those well, because when I bought my home, I got it like 7.125, but initially it was 7.625, and I had to buy it down to that. And now I saw the interest rate now is like around 6.4 or 6.5, somewhere in that neighborhood. Yeah. I'm hoping maybe this year. My broker seems to think that this year they're going to get down into the fives. I don't know if that's really going to happen, but I hope it does. I'd love to refinance.
Yeah, it keeps
like yesterday.
It keeps jumping between 6.5 and like 7.1.
See, that's the only reason. That's the only reason why I'm not going to refinance, because mine is 4.1.
No, I wouldn't refinance if that was what you had.
I'm going to live in this house forever because we're at
5%. That's another reason why I don't want to move either, because I'm at a 4.1 like APR right now. I'm like, no, let's not raise that at all.
No, if you're in the fours, yeah. I'll tell you what though. Hey, my friend got a divorce, and he had a APR of 2. Like 2.3 or 2.4. Wow. And when he was divorced, he had to sell the house. And of course, now I think he's like at 6 point whatever because he got a VA loan. But yeah, it hurts. What's going on, Pags?
Morning.
What's happening?
Sorry, I'm running a little bit behind.
That'll happen.
Yeah. I got an email today, which was actually not a bad email to get, but I just had to work out some details.
Nice. Yep, rocking the Cowboys jersey.
Yeah, I just felt like I said this morning I'm going to rock some Cowboys. And if you know who this is, by the way, it's number 31 on the Cowboys. If you know who that is, Dustin, do you know who it is? You're the stat guy. Do you know who number 31 for the Cowboys was? You should know it. They made a rule about him. Can't do it in the NFL no more.
No.
I'll give you another hint. He played for Oklahoma. He was a safety. Do you know who that was now?
Newman?
Nah, Terrence Newman, no. It was Roy Williams, the famous horse collar tackle, which you cannot do anymore.
See, I only got that because there was another Roy Williams that played for the Lions too.
That was a wide receiver. Yeah, and I think he played for the Cowboys too. I think at one point, I think they got him. I know we got one of your Detroit wide receivers for a short period of time. I think it was Roy Williams.
It was Roy.
I think we brought in. It was a small stint.
I think that there's been like 6 Roy Williamses that played in the NFL.
I also like the way you worded that. Your Lions. Just knowing he's the
Wasn't Terrence Newman number 31 with you though too, Jay?
Yeah, probably. I'd have to go back and look at it. I can't remember his number right offhand. I know it would be possible because it's not like they retired 31, so I wouldn't be surprised if he did have 31. I don't know it offhand though, but it wasn't retired, so he could wear it. Hell, anybody could really wear it right now. I think even Michael Irvin's jersey you can wear because CeeDee Lamb's rocking 88 right now.
Yeah, I mean a lot of teams don't retire jerseys that much. I mean Seattle is a prime example of that. We have 4 player jerseys that are retired, and that's it. We have 5 total because we retired number 12,
and both Roy Williams.
Yeah.
And Roy Williams also, the one from Detroit, also did play for Dallas.
Yeah, it was a small stint. It wasn't very long, maybe like a year or so. Was Tom Brady's jersey?
2 years, 2009, 2010.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
Thanks for hopping in, Roger.
But has Brady's jersey been retired yet? I don't remember ever hearing anything about it being retired. I'm sure it's got to be, or it's going to be at some point.
It might be retired in New England. I don't know if it's retired in Tampa though.
Okay. I just never remember hearing anything about it being retired, but they may not have made that a national thing. What's going on, Brad? Hey, how y'all doing in that Super Bowl? Did you do something great? I'm sorry, I gotta tell us. Just gotta throw a little shade out there. No big deal.
Just bringing the petty this morning, huh?
Oh man, I'm so petty. I got 30 years of being petty. 30 years of being petty. It has boiled over. If I was a plant, I'd have root rot from petty.
Makes sense.
Interestingly enough, both Roy Williams were never on Dallas at the same time. The moment that the Roy Williams that you said left, the number 31, the other Roy Williams showed up.
That sounds about right.
And not to be confused with Roy Dell Williams. Now that we know too much about Roy Williams, not the basketball coach.
They were too lazy to take the Roy Williams out of the program at the beginning of the year, so they bring another one in.
Yeah, they're like, just give him this jersey. Well, we got to switch the number, though. Damn it. Okay, we'll give him a new jersey.
Actually, all you got to do is switch the 3 for a 1, and he went to 11.
See, there you go. Damn, ain't that some shit? I'm learning all kinds of things today. I forgot what jersey number he had. Thanks for jersey number 11. Makes sense. Rob a 7-Eleven. Get a jersey, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know that's how that worked, but
no, it doesn't. I just thought it was kind of funny, but not really because it didn't go very far. So I guess it. Man, that's what you get from me today.
So this is how this should start off this morning, huh?
Man,
Yeah.
I needed something different than coffee in this cup because wow.
Well, hot
There's
toddy's
still time, Bo. There's still time.
Right? Man.
Well, there's not really a whole lot going on in the world of sports, really.
Well, I mean, obviously, Giannis conversation heated up after our show yesterday.
I said, watch.
Officially requesting that trade,
and
trade deadline's coming up. So, if they're gonna do something, they're gonna have to do it fairly soon. There are 4 teams that are reportedly in the forefront of it in the Heat, the Knicks, Warriors, and the Timberwolves. So, I guess it'll depend on what it is they want to give up for him. Obviously, if he's requesting a trade that lowers the value.
Right.
I'm just wondering with this medical situation, if he doesn't, does he have to clear waivers, or can they just take him regardless and just give it like?
No, there's no waivers. He's under contract.
Yeah.
What I do think, though, interestingly enough, I think a real player for him might be Houston. Yeah, I think that you would have him at power forward. And him with Durant.
Yeah, I could see that.
I think that would actually put 2 guys next to each other that would be a really major force that would take care of Wembanyama. And really give a really tough challenge to Oklahoma City.
See, that's the other team that I'm surprised has not gotten in on him yet is Oklahoma City. Because the one thing the Bucks said they want back is draft assets, which is what.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It has.
Yeah, and if he goes to Houston, that means Houston's going to have to give up Sagoon and probably a couple of picks.
And if you're Oklahoma City, you can give up Lou Dort, who's in the final year of his deal. He's one of the better defenders in the NBA, which the Bucks need massive help defensively. Lou Dort plays small forward, and then you could send Alex Caruso to the Bucks in 3 first-round picks. That gives
I tell you why they won't do that. Because they have all those assets. They are number 1 right now. They're number 1. I don't think you give up the assets because you have the ability to get, I think that one of the assets is the Sixers pick. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. If the Sixers, it's a top 6 protected, or it was top 6 protected. Now it's not anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you have all these picks. You take the guys there. You know what I mean? You have the ability to strengthen your bench with low-paying guys because they're on their rookie deals. And you have the ability to stay in contention for much, much longer without trading those assets away. You're already first in your conference.
Right.
So I see why OKC is not doing that. What I think is that's why Houston has to make that play. That's a really intelligent play for Houston, because now you'd have two monster guys there. You could get rid of an asset or two, but you don't want to get rid of your best defender, because on Oklahoma City, you've got shooters already. You don't want to get into shootouts. Once you start getting into shootouts and you don't have that defender, you start losing a couple of those games. You don't win as many games as you do in shootouts. However, like I said, in Houston doesn't have that right now. They have guys that are like, you could go back and forth with Giannis or have them both on the court at the same exact time. And that would actually play almost the equivalent of the old Twin Towers.
Yeah, with the Ralph Sampson era. That was one guy that I wish had panned out, was Ralph Sampson, because him and Olajuwon would have been beautiful together. I mean, they got to the 86 finals and they just couldn't, but he had foot problems. He could never get over those foot problems. And then, interestingly enough, then you get Yao Ming. He had foot problems. And now you got Giannis. And, the one thing about Giannis is he struggles sometimes to stay healthy during the season. So you're going to have a period of time where you're not going to have him. And that's the only concern I have with Giannis is, can he stay healthy to actually play in the finals? Or if we get to the finals.
But that's the great thing about having that. Like during the regular season, I feel like that you could almost alternate.
Yeah, I mean,
like it's just, hey, we're going to give Giannis the day off. We're going to give Durant the day off, because Durant's old. He's also had some injuries and such like that. You know what I mean?
I know you said like Oklahoma City has all these assets and they probably don't want to trade them. This year alone, they have 3 of the top 8 picks.
Why would you trade that? Is what I'm getting at.
Well, I'm just saying you could trade even one of those. Trade one of those. Next year, you have 2 top 10 picks. You can trade another one of those. Then you have an additional first-round pick in 2027, 2 first-round picks in 2028, 2 first-round picks in 2029. Like, you could literally trade 1 pick from each one of those and still this year have 2 top 8 picks this year and then 2 top 10 picks the next 2 years after that and still give up 1. Like, they're in position literally where they can draft 9 or 10 top 10 guys the next 4 years. Like, they can afford to give up the assets and still bring in talent.
Yeah, see,
Rob, Giannis has been a top player for a few years. He just isn't happy in his situation. So that's why this is a conversation right now.
And I think Giannis is with the G, Rob. You put a Y on there. That might have been fat finger typing. I'm not sure. But Pags, also, we do have Clint Capella. So you can also substitute Clint Capella in there as well for one of them guys that could take some of that heat.
Nah,
but I like what you're talking about. That does make a lot of sense.
Clint Capella would have to go to the Bucks if the Bucks traded Giannis to Houston.
You think they want Segun and Giannis? I mean, Segun.
No, they're going to try to get Segun. I don't think the Rockets would part with Sengun. I think they would keep Sengun there, and I think they would send Capella to the Bucks.
Yeah, but do you think they'd really want that as a draft asset? I mean, I think he's a good bench player at this point in his career, but I don't know if he would be an everyday starter, and I think that would kind of still put them in a rough spot.
That's why they would do it, because they're tanking. If they trade Giannis, they're tanking. So it's not going to matter like what they're going to really ask for in return this year. It's going to be more so about the draft assets they're going to get. Get Clint Capella, you make him your starting power forward, and then you play yourself into like a top 10 pick for sure, and then maybe even a top 5 pick, depending how the lottery falls in your direction. Like as soon as you trade Giannis, you're tanking the rest of the way. Like it doesn't matter what you're going to get in return for Giannis as long as you're getting the draft assets you want. Anything else that you get from that is just a bonus for the rest of this year to just help you tank.
Yeah.
And there's a chance, too, where you can do what the Bulls did a couple years ago where they traded for somebody, and then 2 hours after they traded for the player, they traded that player away to get an additional pick. So you could have that situation, too, where the Bucks trade Giannis for picks, get Clint Capella as part of that package, and then they just turn and flip Clint Capella to somebody else to pick up another pick.
Yeah, you could do that. Yeah. I just don't. I know that Rockets. I don't think they have a pick this year. That's the only thing that sucks. I think somehow I think we gave that pick away. So I think we have a pick in 27. So they'd have to give picks in like 27, 28, and 29. Because I think 29 we have a pick swap in 29.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the reason. Yeah. Here's the exact reason why that the Bucks that Houston should do this. As I'm reading this one article who says actually puts together a deal with another team, but I got past that point. Wemby's double leads Spurs past Rockets.
Yeah.
That's the reason. That's the exact reason why you need Giannis. You know, the team that this guy's got Giannis going to is the Spurs. Yep. Giannis and Gary Harris for Dylan Harper, Harrison Barnes, Keldon Johnson, the 26 first-round pick via another team, the 29 first-round pick and the 31 first-round pick. They have 2 that year.
Yeah.
And it's the best of whoever they're going to get.
Yeah, because that's the thing, Jay, too, that I agree with you with Houston. If Houston wants to trade Giannis, trade for Giannis, they're going to have to get creative because they don't have a first-round pick this year.
Yeah.
Like, the Bucks are going to want a first-round pick in this year's draft when you look at how much talent is in this draft. Like
that's why I kind of feel like Sengun has to be part of it to make it enticing enough for them to want to do it. Because now Sengun would give them a much younger center and a much healthier center or forward, but where they want to play him. They also have Miles Turner over there. So I think Sengun would make a good fit and would complement that as an asset swap, you know, because Sengun will get you 20-plus points and he'll get you 10-plus rebounds, you know, and he'll get you a few assists in there. So I think that would actually be a comparable move at that point.
Yeah.
And you may have to give up a 2027 draft pick or a 28 draft pick. They can package those two with him if they felt like that was necessary.
The big one that they had too, they had Giannis and Miles Turner as part of the same package. And Giannis and Miles Turner getting traded to the Warriors.
For who? Draymond and somebody else?
Or Jimmy Butler. Jonathan Kuminga, who wants out of Golden State. Braden Podjminski, who's one of the better bench players. 2 2026 first-round picks and 2 2031 first-round picks.
Pish Podge. They're not going to do it.
The Warriors might, because the Warriors were actually a top 5 seed until Jimmy Butler went down, and now they're in a free fall mode. Like, they need additional help right now. And if you have a guy that wants out in Jonathan Kuminga anyways, Miles Turner's a better player than Jonathan Kuminga is. Giannis would give Curry that secondary scoring option he hasn't had since Klay Thompson was there.
Yeah.
Could you imagine what if they played, their own version of Twin Towers and put Draymond Green and Giannis on the floor together? That might be interesting. That might be some good mismatches.
Well,
and then you got Curry. You got Curry on the wing.
Here's the problem that I'm seeing now that I'm looking at it. Here's the problem with Houston's incoming draft picks. They have no first round pick in 26.
Yep,
they have a swap right in 27. They have 2 picks and first round picks in 27. One being the Brooklyn pick.
Yes.
So, and they have the right to swap that pick. Mm-hmm. They could trade that pick, which probably could be a top 5 pick in that year.
Yeah.
With that. They also have one coming through Phoenix in 27.
Yes. Yeah.
And then everything else is 28, 29, 30, and 31. They have their own.
Yeah, so they could package 2 of them in 27 and maybe 1 in 28 if they felt like they had to and put it with a Clint Capella or something like that. Then you have 3 picks plus Clint. Or they could do
but then you get no first round pick in 2 years.
Right. And that's the caveat,
that
right?
Flies.
Yeah.
I don't know that flies. You might be able to trade the one Brooklyn pick. You do 27, 29, and 31. Try to do it every other year so that you can try to keep a pick. And at least you'll have the Phoenix pick, which is, Phoenix isn't playing great.
Right. I think they can make it work. It's just, are they going to? Are they really going to get serious to make it work? And that's the part I don't know about.
And you could trade 1,800 second-round picks. It won't even equate to a first round.
Yeah.
Definitely not in the NBA. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Embiid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The Embiid. Man. Yeah, that would. But I don't know if they're going to want Embiid because Embiid has his own set of injuries. Maybe you're trumping injury for injury, I guess, at that point.
I mean, you go into the NBA now knowing that your star is going to play like 2/3 of the season. Like that's where we are with that league at this point.
Yeah.
So if they have injuries, whatever. They were only going to play, maybe 60 of the games anyway.
Right.
No, I think Embiid's missed a lot more than 20 games, though. I think that one where he had the.
No, I'm saying best case. I'm saying best case.
Oh, okay.
They play 60.
Yeah. The problem with Embiid is he sometimes he'll give you a good regular season and then he'll get hurt in the postseason and then he's done. I've seen that happen to him.
I mean, when you got guys saying, I just absolutely will not play back-to-backs, and that's not like back-to-back, games in a row. It's days in a row. Like, what are we doing?
Hey, we got load management. We're good.
Right? I work today and tomorrow.
And watch this. Hey, Bo, can you nowadays when they sign contracts, I bet the one thing they say is, excuse me, I can't sign this deal. Well, why not? We give you everything you want. No, there's no load management days in here. Right. I specifically asked for load management days.
And now you have LeBron James making a complete ass of himself for kind of what he said last night. Basically, someone was asking him why he's only playing X amount of games now as opposed to like early in his career, he'd play like 80 games regularly, no issues. And then they brought up the fact that players in the 80s and 90s are playing 82 games consistently, and LeBron's like, well, back then they didn't play at the pace we play at now, so these guys would be tired. I'm like, they would knock you on your ass back then. That's why players that played 82 games back then were more impressive.
Well, and the thing that's funny is I don't even know why he'd be going at him like that because
he flops anyway.
Played all 82 once.
Right. It's just like back then, like the reason why the pace was so slow compared to what it is now is teams played defense back then. But not only did they play defense, like they weren't afraid to get physical and knock you on your butt.
Yeah, I was going to say they mugged you. Like it wasn't just defense.
Like that, now it's like, oh, I don't feel like guarding you. You can just go right by me to the hoop. That's fine.
Well, yeah,
they're like, LeBron, how'd you hurt your tailbone? Well, I flopped the wrong way and it just hurt. I hit the wrong muscle.
There's a reason your average score now is what the All-Star game used to be.
Yeah.
Right? There's just defense. And then, of course, the All-Star game now is laughable, right? Like you're talking 400 points in it. But
yeah, like back in the 90s, all the games were like 95, 92, like 95, 91. Now I think the average score, like you said, is like 117, 115. That's because everyone's just shooting 53s a game.
Yeah, well, and they're not playing defense.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, there's a lot more threes, but you're not playing defense. It's not unheard of to see games that are in the 140s. Whereas, when you think back to the 90s, there were tons of games that finished at like 78 to 85. Like, that happened a lot.
Especially during the Pistons run in the early 2000s where you couldn't even penetrate that defense with Ben Wallace and Rasheed Wallace and some of the guys they had. Like, their games were like 80 to 70.
Yeah.
Soft is that would be accurate.
Yeah, I don't know, back in Jordan's era or Bird's era or whatever, they didn't have these 120-point games or 111-point games. I mean, you're right. Nowadays, these do look like all-star games.
I mean, they would have those games, but they were few and far between, right? Like it would be like somebody just really popped off for a huge night, or it would be the All-Star game. Right, the All-Star games were generally over 100 points. They weren't like the 140 that you see today, but or like the All-Star games now where they're hitting 200 points, which is so ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
But yeah, I mean, your All-Star games were like 117 to 123 kind of thing. because they didn't play quite as physical defense, although they still went after it. But yeah, no, to Moose's point, the game is definitely soft.
Oh, it's soft like Charmin.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it is soft like damn Charmin. And that's why I don't like it. And I don't like it. I feel like it's soft too because of all the ticky-tack fouls that, you didn't get called back in those days. So you had to play through it. These guys don't want to play through it. They want every call. I mean, you breathe on somebody, they want that to be a foul.
I mean, the refs are some of the issue there too, because now before you could kind of bark at them and they'd just be like, yeah, shut up, whatever. And now they're like, technical, you looked at me funny.
I mean, look at what Dennis Rodman used to do. I mean, look what Dennis Rodman used to do. He did the crap he did back then. Now that guy would be suspended for a season. Like Dennis Rodman could have gotten so many more like technicals and suspensions than what he got back when he played. He does any of that now. The guy probably plays 5 or 10 games and then he gets suspended half the year.
Oh, he would have had a real short career.
Oh no, you know who would have had a short career is Bill Laimbeer. Bill Laimbeer would have been done the second game in the season. That dude was nothing but hard physical play. And some of it was a little dirty on Bill's side.
A lot of it was dirty.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I guess that's kind of what I like about Draymond Green too. Like the guy gets a lot of technicals and a lot of like stupid fouls and whatnot. But he's like one of the few players in today's era of NBA that actually kind of plays like he played that he was from the 90s. Like he's not afraid to get physical and try to get under your skin like a lot of those 80s and 90 players like do. It's just that you can't get away with that stuff anymore like you used to be able to, which is why he gets the technicals that he gets.
Most teams had their hockey goon on their squad, right? That was going to go out and hit people. Like that was back then. Now there's not a ton of them. You end up with, guys like Draymond or, Brooks. Brooks is kind of that way. That's why I always laugh when you hear Dylan Brooks or he's like, oh, Draymond's dirty. It's like, have you seen your game? Did you watch film at all?
Hey, that was one of the reasons why I liked Brooks coming to Houston because I felt like we needed some toughness and a little bit of, not dirty play, but a little more physical play and getting in your head. I love that about Brooks's game because I feel like a team needs that sometimes. A few teams need that sometimes. And that's what he's good for. Yeah, that's what Draymond does. That's what the Worm did.
Well, the difference between Draymond is he knows he's being a jerk.
Right.
Dylan is out there. He'll do some dumb stuff, then get in trouble and be like, "What happened?" You're like, "Come on, dude."
Why are you yelling at me?
Hey, if you're gonna play the part, you got to be able to fake the part. I mean, come on, you need to act a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. You knock someone to the ground. I don't feel like that's what happened?
What? He bumped into me. He touched me. Yeah. I didn't touch him.
Let's have it, Chad. Not today. Well, I'll wear one tomorrow though. Blue Friday and all.
He said, "Where's your Seahawks?" I don't have a Seahawks jersey, Chad. I'm not a Seahawks fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. I don't know. Y'all don't know that.
I think that he just wants you to be in a winning jersey. That's all.
Hey, look, I get it, and I appreciate the sentiment. I do. I appreciate it, but it's not in my cards right now, and it's probably not going to be my cards till I die. And then maybe Jerry will die with me.
And then he'll die. That's right. He's going to be
Jay McLovin died? Okay, I guess I can go ahead and take off now.
He's going to be the head in the jar still running the...
Why do you have a brain in a jar?
I appreciate that, Moose. Yeah. No, it's... I am looking forward to that game, actually. Super Bowl is going to be fun. Super Bowl.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah, for you.
Yeah.
Not for the rest of us, because you're so.
I tell you, this is going to be the most unwatched. This game isn't going to break any records.
I don't think nobody's going to watch it, but
Well, it's going to be.
Nobody-
People are going to watch it. Obviously,
Phillies did.
it's going to.
but
It'll get a 28 share. Yeah, 28% share. But I don't think it'll be 35%. You know what I mean? Like, it's.
But what do you
30
think? I mean, do you think that their teams just aren't interesting, or why do you think it wouldn't get as much of a share?
Because
they're both fun storylines. Yeah, basically, like you say that about any time Philly's not in the mix.
Yeah, I'm
that's not true. Not true. Not true.
Those asshole Philly people.
It's like I feel like that. Seattle's got a good fan base. Obviously, the Patriots have been here a lot. Within the last 25 years.
Right.
So I just don't see it. I see like I said, I see about a 26 to 28 share. If I was on Kalshi, I would take the under on people watching.
Some shade.
And you can also take the under if you use the QR code here on the screen. Up to 125% of your first 3 deposits, 10% bet guaranteed. In case you want to go the route of Pags and be wrong.
Hey, you're all excited. You're all excited because you're in, as you should be.
No. It's it is going to be interesting to see what the viewership is on this one.
I think it's gonna have a very high West Coast viewership.
There's fun storylines about it because they're both such young teams as far as being put together. But yeah, I'm curious. I am curious what the ratings will ultimately be. But if you're not going to watch the game, you can hit the gym by using this QR code right here. Free 5-day pass, any of the 3 locations, Bellevue, Ballard, University Village, and you can hit the new Pilates Reformer Studio at the Ballard location, opened 2 days ago. All right.
I like what he said. He said Bad Bunny will get you a 35 share alone. He might do that. He seems to be a pretty popular person.
There is a lot of people that are going to tune into the halftime show, even if they're not football fans.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's Dirty Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny.
No.
He used to be in WWE there for a while. He made a few appearances in wrestling. But,
yeah, he also made an appearance in the celebrity softball game a couple of years ago for All-Star Weekend.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't mind him playing. I don't care. I mean, it's not my taste of music, but whatever. But I just can't understand the damn thing he says because I don't speak Spanish. So I'm gonna be watching and be like, I don't know what he's saying. I guess just go with the rhythm of the music. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like they let you know long enough ago. You probably could have figured something out.
Yeah.
No, Bo. I'm not. I'm 54 this year. I am not gonna figure it out. No, I'm good. Can we just get closed captions on the bottom of the screen that will tell me what he's saying? And then I can follow along. That'd be great.
The thing that's funny is I laugh at the people that are all up in arms about it. If you're actually watching the game, you're usually getting another beer and some food during halftime anyway.
Right.
Well, that's true. But my beer is in my refrigerator and my TV is still in front of my refrigerator. I can multitask. Believe it or not, I can multitask.
I don't know who you are lying to, but
myself. I'm lying to myself, because I love myself.
Amazon show up at your house and make this show. You cannot tell me that you can multitask because you're not even involved in that first part.
I don't even know if Amazon will come to my house anymore after the incident that Blue did a couple of weeks ago when I told you. I don't know if he's ever coming back to my house. I think he just leaves them at the end of the street and hopes that I'll find it.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
I think he like throws it at the end of the thing and then he calls you up, Mr. McMahon. Yeah, your package is at the corner of Mountain Court and Diamond Lane. I'm not going to come there, but you can pick it up. It's next to the stop sign. Thank you. That's kind of how that works.
They should have just had Metallica play for their 40th anniversary. And
I wish they would play Metallica.
Would have been so much better.
I wish they would play Metallica. That would be badass. Actually, honestly, Bo, you know who they should have had because Seattle is in it? I would have loved to see Alice in Chains do it because Alice in Chains is a huge Seattle fan. And they have a little bit of clout, not a lot as much Metallica. But I think that would have been cool, though, to see.
Could have
Well,
had-
they did something similar to that for the championship game. They had Macklemore as the halftime show, who's from Seattle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now I do know Seattle or Alice in Chains did play at one of your championship games too. They played up in the rafters in Seattle. I forget which game it was. It may have even been a couple of years back, but I know they did play. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, Pearl Jam was the other one too that they could have had because they have the Seattle roots
Oh,
also.
yeah, Pearl Jam would have been badass too. That would be badass.
I don't know. The halftime show doesn't bother me.
No.
So,
Yeah. Although you can't tell me when the boob came out of Janet Jackson, you were like, "Oh, wow, that just happened." Okay.
I saw it on a replay because I wasn't sitting there watching. I was, I generally host a party. So
Okay.
like it's during halftime, I really don't care. That's like the people that used to be like, oh, I'm here for the commercials. I'm like, what are we even doing?
So why are you at my party?
I mean,
So what exactly do you serve at your parties when you have Super Bowl parties? Do you do the traditional wings and hot dog, or what kind of stuff you typically serve at your parties if you're doing one?
I mean, it probably depends on how big of something I'm putting together.
Oh, okay.
Usually we ended up with, 20 some odd people. And so there was usually a pretty good spread of, lots of different stuff. Right.
I got you.
Not to say that there was any one particular theme. Right. So, and usually people brought stuff also. So, I mean, there was always way more food than you could ever, but yeah, I'm actually not going to have a Super Bowl party this year, which is hilarious since Seattle made it.
That is kind of weird that you
Are you
wouldn't have one
going?
this
Are
year.
you going somewhere for the game then? Or are you just staying at your house?
No, like I'm probably going to go somewhere. I just haven't decided what it is I want to do yet.
Okay.
So, because I mean, I might do it at the brewery that had my Pick'em show, right, for the year. I've also played around with, maybe going to Cam Chancellor's bar, Legion Sports Bar in Bellevue, because they're doing a huge watch party thing, obviously. So I just haven't quite figured out exactly what it is I want to do. I just know that I don't want to deal with doing it at my house this time.
Is that because you don't want to deal with the cleanup afterwards, or you just?
No, it's because I haven't actually set my projector back up since we moved.
I got you. Okay.
And I don't have the time to run the wiring through the attic and like actually set that all back up. So
that would be pretty dope having a big projector. I mean, that would be pretty cool. Now that would be pretty
so
cool.
The way that my living room used to be set up is I had a 65-inch on one wall and then a 110-inch projector on the other.
Oh, damn.
So
hell yeah.
And then surround sound and whatever. So like it was cool. Since we moved back, it's been a non-priority because I've been running around like crazy. And now that we are just over a week from the Super Bowl, you know what I'm not doing is jumping in my attic to run wiring.
I don't know. That doesn't sound very Bo-like. I think Bo is the kind of guy that would do that, but that's okay, Bo.
That's because
you're getting soft in your old age. That's all it is. You're just getting soft. No big deal.
That is absolutely accurate because the attic space is very narrow, and I just don't feel like getting nails on the back of my head as I try and shimmy army crawl through my attic.
Jeez.
It is zero fun. So that is why it has not been done yet. But
so LeBron said he's.
You guys doing anything fun for Super Bowl? I mean, Hags isn't watching, but
Oh, I'll be watching. I just
No, I'm probably gonna go to. There's a Super Bowl party that's not right down the street that they're throwing here in the neighborhood. I'll probably just go do that because they're gonna do a big projector thing too. But it's gonna be at the pavilion, like for the where the biggest neighborhood pavilion. So I'm gonna probably go down there for that. That way I don't have to do drinking and I can drink as much as I want. I don't have to worry about driving or any of that kind of stuff. So I'm probably gonna do that, Bo, and play it safe. Honestly, Yeah.
I'm actually going to a sports bar in Minnesota.
That makes sense because you've never been a Green or Wisconsin person. You are a Minnesotian.
No, because there's.
He's just trying to get as far away from his kids as possible. That's what.
My son's coming with me. But I want to see Sam Darnold win, and I just want to see the entire state of Wisconsin just take the pitchforks out at our GM.
Yeah, that would be kind of messed
why
up.
See, there's an entire fan base that's going to hate watch this.
Exactly, because we could have had Drake May if we gave up a 4th-round pick, or we could have had Darnold if we just were smart. So we're going to hate it regardless, but I just want Sam Darnold to win so we can just take the pitchforks out at our GM and be like, yeah, never come back. Just leave and don't come back.
Good luck with that.
That is hilarious.
So I guess this is going to be LeBron's last season because I just saw a headline that said LeBron tears up as in what could be his last game in Cleveland. So I guess it sounds like he's going to hang it up. That's what it sounds like. I don't know if he is, but it sounds like that's what they're hinting at. And I don't know.
He just seems like he's the guy that, even though he's like, I would never do this, it seems like he's the guy that would do the farewell tour the entire season.
Right.
So
yeah,
I at least one more year.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. That does. Yeah, and then he'll do it just on the decision style where it'll be a whole big show about it, and then he'll go out and do it. I feel like he'll do. That's what I feel like he's gonna do.
No. Like next year will probably be the every game. This will be my last game here.
Good. Please get the hell out of the league. You should have retired like 3 years ago, but that's okay. Let's keep going. Hell with it.
Right.
Crazy.
I'm not going to be here one more time, 2 more times, not 3 more times, not 4 more times, not 5 more times.
Yep.
Just one more time.
Exactly. Yeah, that literally seems like the way that he would do it, though, right? I mean, because he is always about, pointing the finger at the jersey.
Oh,
it's all about me. So,
yeah.
Hey, do you think that the moment he retires that they drop LeBron, Bronny?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I think the moment he announces his retirement, I think the moment he says, this is my last year, they'll drop Bronny.
Yeah, that would be interesting if they did that because then there'd be a lot of turmoil in the locker room. I don't even know if LeBron would show up because he's going to say, well, look at the way they did my kid. Well, I'm not going to show up. I don't know. I think that'd be a bad move.
There's a lot of turmoil inside the Lakers front office right now as it is with the Buss family. That organization might be going in shambles real quick.
Well, let me ask you this. So they brought LeBron over, and they did get a championship out of it. I don't want to minimize the fact that he did get a championship, but I feel like he's brought more discernment to that franchise than help. Outside of one championship, I feel like he has set that franchise back at least 5 or 6 years of growth. But I might be wrong, but I feel like he has.
So, Jay, you got to keep in mind that franchise was floundering before he got there.
Yeah.
Like, the Lakers hadn't been good in a while.
They haven't been good since Kobe.
Yeah, exactly. So, for him to come in, they get a championship, kind of. It's the COVID shortened year or whatever. But, but it's a ring all the same. So he did what they needed to do because now, even when they're not necessarily winning, they are in the headlines all the time. So they do have that Jerry Jones situation that they like, that even if we're not winning, you're talking about us.
But let me ask you this. Since it's the same ownership group that owns the Dodgers, do you think then that they would just do the same thing with the Lakers and just spend a lot of money and bring a crap ton of people over and try to just make a super team again in the NBA?
Because there's a cap. They won't be able to do what they do with the Dodgers because there's a cap.
Okay.
Yeah. Although it's a fungible cap, but
it's not like a Dodger fungible cap where you can be like, I'm just going to defer this, and this to get all these guys.
I mean, are they really going to care about? Because correct me if I'm wrong, that would be a luxury tax, right? That they would have to deal with. I don't think they I don't think they'd care that they pay.
Well, and that's why I say the NBA cap is a little bit fungible because you can pay luxury taxes. It goes up every year, so it does become cost prohibitive. But it's not like the NFL's cap where it is a hard cap.
Right.
Like there's ways to finesse things in the NFL, but I mean the cap is the cap. Whereas the other sports, they're like, yeah, I mean it's the cap, but only kind of.
It's the cap.
Could they just defer money though? I mean, could they just defer money and just pay it down the road if they wanted to?
I don't think they can do that in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't think the NFL or the NBA has that ability. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was like they could just defer the money.
Yeah, like what you said, like if you're gonna go over the cap, I mean, I don't necessarily. I think the NFL should just kind of take a page out of that too. It's just like why should you care as a league if a team is going over the cap, knowing that they're gonna have to pay you back in penalties anyways? Like you're
no. So the thing is I actually like a hard cap because it helps build outside of dysfunctional franchises. It helps build some parity across the league, which is why in the NFL you have 6 or 7 teams, new teams every year in the playoffs, is because there is a fair amount of parity because they have a hard cap. The ones that you see the same teams all the time are the ones that don't have a cap because you can just buy your way in. Right. So I actually prefer a cap. I hope baseball gets one.
I hope baseball gets one too.
I do too.
More, and that way we can actually see, teams like the Pirates do something.
Yeah, I hope baseball gets one too.
But if they put a hard cap in, they would. I'm assuming that they would just grandfather in the Lakers' deferred monies that they have. Would that be how that works, or would that put them in a jeopardy situation?
You mean the Dodgers?
Yeah, the Dodgers. I'm sorry. Yeah,
there would certainly be some sort of grandfathered in because they're signed contracts.
Yeah,
right. So I mean, there would be something. So like some of these teams, I'm surprised they haven't been like, hey, we'll do some 10-year craziness because it'll get grandfathered in, and at least we know we'll be good for the first few years of this thing. So I don't know. We'll see.
How does the signing bonuses, do they affect the cap at all, or is that a separate thing off to the side?
They are generally included in your cap hit.
They are part of the cap hit. Okay,
but you can spread it out over time. Though that's correct. The thing too. Like if you give a player, for example, like Shohei, he's getting a 10-year, $700 million contract where a lot of it's deferred. But if they would have did like a 10-year, $700 million contract, but then said, "Oh, we'll give you $265 million of that as a signing bonus," they could have spread that out long term, so then it's a less cap hit every year.
Yeah, well, and when you're looking in the NFL, right, a lot of times when a player signs a new deal, the contract gets more expensive as it goes. They usually have like a big signing bonus at the front because that's the smaller end, but the bonus can be broke up over the seasons.
Right.
And then, when they restructure later down the line, a lot of times they lump a lot of it into a signing bonus, pulling it from the other parts of the contract so that the cap hit is shifted into the year that they're in. I mean, so there's ways to manipulate it for sure. But having a hard cap definitely is a helpful thing.
I guess that's the part I was going with. I feel like, that's the part I was going with. I feel like even though there's a hard cap, like you said, I think you can manipulate it to a certain extent. Anyway, you can manipulate it.
Yeah, you can finesse it a little bit, but it's not like baseball where you can just do whatever you want, or basketball where the cap exists, but I mean, you don't really have to adhere to it. You just got to be ready to spend a lot of money.
Right. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
But
talking about what Rob put up there.
Yeah.
That's obviously this thing isn't going away.
Yeah, I think Belichick's going to somehow get in. I think there's going to be something that comes to fruition here that's going to get Belichick in.
Well, did you hear what Jimmy Johnson said about it?
Like
in that long rant that he said?
Yeah.
He said they're a bunch of assholes.
Yeah,
I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was great.
He said he wasn't even going to go to the ceremony.
That's why I think the NFL is going to end up stepping in on this one and be like, he's getting in. Like, we're just taking this out of your hands right now and putting him in.
So I don't think that happens, but this would be interesting if they actually do remove some people from the selection, because that means they have to know how they voted.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, and that's why there are people saying, "Hey, I'm not sure if I voted for him or not." Like it's
Yeah, he's like, no, you did. Shut up.
That's
Exactly.
why I could see it being a revote too. Because if
If
you
you're-
would have people,
If you're saying you don't remember, you didn't vote for him.
that's why now
Yeah.
that all this is coming out, I won't be surprised if they.
I'm
did it.
95% sure I voted for him, but
Yeah.
that 5% really is the 95%.
Exactly.
Which would be funny if they did a revote now and then all of a sudden the vote is completely flipped. Because then it's
I
like,
would-
oh, so
I
you really
would-
didn't vote for him the first time, did you?
I would put money on the fact that if they did a revote right now, especially if they did put this notification out, I bet you he gets in.
That's why I'm not going to be shocked if there's like a revote or if he does get in somehow, because there's something had to have been said by somebody on the selection committee to get this information out there. Like somebody on that selection committee had to have leaked something.
So
otherwise,
here's the statement. Here's the statement that Bill Polian, former Indianapolis Colts general manager and a member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, reportedly lobbied voters to make Belichick wait a year for his involvement in Spygate.
Yeah.
Polian told ESPN that he was 95% sure he had voted for Belichick.
Yeah,
I told you, Bo, that Spygate crap was part of it, man. I'm telling you.
The thing is they're not going to hold Brady out. He was on that team.
And that's my point. That's why I actually said, well, if they're going to hold Bill out a year, how long are they going to make Tom do the same thing and make him a second ballot Hall of Fame? Because if they do that, that just makes him look dumb. It makes them all look dumb as hell. And you can definitely tell that they're holding resentment because of that. You know what I mean?
They look dumb doing it to Bill anyway, right? He
They
wins.
do.
He wins 6 championships as a head coach. He won 2 others as an assistant, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, we're talking about a guy that's 3rd in wins, has 8 rings. Like, what are we doing?
And do you think that when they did the voting, surely they had to know, okay, if we vote no to this, there's going to be backlash, and we got to be prepared to deal with the backlash.
No,
They had to know that.
see, they think they're above it all.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
Right.
that's what strikes me weird.
Not putting Belichick in the Hall of Fame is the equivalent of not putting Greg Popovich in when Greg Popovich's name is eligible to get in the NBA Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That is literally the exact equivalent of this.
Yeah,
And
no, I agree with
Pop
that.
is going to be a first ballot.
Exactly, but Belichick should have been a first ballot too, though. That's
No,
what I'm saying. Though. Like this is the equivalent of like Greg Popovich not getting into the Hall of Fame. And if you go to the baseball side of things, like the equivalent of Bruce Bochy not getting into the Hall of Fame for having his 5 World Series rings and winning like 3 in a 5-year stretch with the Giants when he was first year eligible. Like this is one of those things where it's like, yes, he did what he did, but the guy still won Super Bowls, and you can't take those away from him because he's the 3rd winningest coach in NFL history.
Even if you took those 2 questionable,
He still got 6
Super Bowls
rings.
away, that's
He
what I'm
still
saying.
has
He
6
still has 6 rings. So,
Yeah.
like, what are we doing?
Yeah. 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 If you take out, he still has 4 rings. I mean, that's nuts. I mean, there's not too many coaches out there that have that in the NFL.
He still has the 2 as an assistant also. So,
Yeah.
I mean, he would
Well,
still
that's
have
true. That's
even
right.
without those 2.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's, yeah.
But I think, hey, Stag, I think it'd be more comparable to me if Bill, and I haven't Bill Belichick, is if they did Red Auerbach that way. If they did Red Auerbach in the Hall of Fame, that would be the equivalency because of all the rings that he got. He got more rings than anybody in the whole NBA, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think as a head coach, he has more rings than the NBA because they had that 11 ring span, and I think he was part of that 11 ring span.
Probably. I know what his
Doesn't
Phil
he have
Jackson.
like 23 all day? Like it's something crazy.
Yeah, he's
like
got
that.
he's got some crazy number of rings. I mean, it's ridiculous. Go to run, take out. Yeah, but
No, it's ridiculous. But if that's true, if there's potential action to be taken, that will be fun to watch because
Red Auerbach has 9 rings, Jay.
he's got 9. Okay, well, all right.
Phil Jackson's got 11. He's got the most.
Okay, so then you can even say Phil Jackson. I mean, however you want to say it, right? I mean, even by the way, though, even 9 rings, I was only off by 2, so I wasn't too far off.
So, and if you think about it from the Phil Jackson end of it, he had 2 different runs, right?
Yeah, he did.
Technically 4 different runs because he had a 3-peat, missed it for 2 years, had another 3-peat, switched teams, had a 3-peat, missed it for 2 years, and then was going for another 3-peat.
I would not say that those were split. Like Belichick's were split. Like there was significant time in between the 2. The 2 with the Bulls, yeah, it's separated by 2 years, but they were almost in those finals anyway without Jordan.
Yeah,
right.
11 championship appearances in a 17-year stretch for Phil Jackson.
No, it's insane. Yeah.
No, more than that. More than that. 11.
Well, it would have been 5 rings though with LA. So he would have had the 3-peat, and then he would have missed, and then had a 2-peat or a back-to-back. I'm sorry.
He had 13 finals appearances in an 18-year run, winning 11.
It's insane. Like
that is nuts.
Just crazy.
Yeah, that is nuts.
Absolutely.
That is nuts. Well,
all because of a triangle.
Hey,
a damn triangle.
If it works, it works.
Yeah.
Did he come within 1 win of getting the Knicks there too? Back when
that I don't remember.
When he had Carmelo, because that was the year that Carmelo made it to the conference finals, was when Phil Jackson was the coach of the Knicks. But I thought they got up to like a game 7 before they lost. So if he could have got the Knicks into the NBA finals, you would have been looking at 14 appearances in like a 20-year stretch.
But that just shows you how hard it is to get a damn championship on that New York side. So if Phil Jackson can't get you a damn ring, then you're pretty much just screwed.
I mean, well, you look at that team, though. It was Carmelo Anthony and who else, though? Like, you had Marcus Camby as your center. You didn't have, like, a ton of talent in New York. It was literally Carmelo Anthony and a bunch of role players, and they still won 55 games.
Well, and he came out on a show and was, basically trashing the triangle. He's like, they were trying to get us to run this triangle. It's like, yeah, I mean,
13 finals in 18 years. The proof is in the pudding. It works.
I was going to say, he probably should have embraced that, man, because he won a lot of rings with it.
Was he also the general manager as well as the coach, or was he just the coach?
He was just the coach, and then after he finished with the Knicks, he went back to the Lakers to work in their front office. He wasn't like a GM or anything. He was like a consultant.
Yeah.
Okay.
He went back to the Lakers for like 3 or 4 years after he left the Knicks.
Okay. For some reason, I thought he was the general manager and the coach of the Knicks, but okay. All right.
That gets us to the top of the hour. If you've been watching along with us, be sure to like and subscribe. Helps us bring our content to you. Otherwise, we're going to get out of here. We'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy, everyone.
Peace.
What he said.